today. Adam, after a rock-bottom loss to the Patriots yesterday, the Colts fire head coach Frank Reich.
It was the first of two surprises today, Susie, that the Colts owner Jim Irsay delivered. The first was firing a coach who extended this summer, and the second was then turning to Jeff Saturday, the ESPN analyst, who's never been more than a high school football coach, who is a consultant to the Colts organization as the interim head coach. And we should also point out that they will, in their first game, play the Las Vegas Raiders and Josh McDaniels, who initially opted out of this job back in 2018. That created the way for Frank Reich to take the job, but now Frank is out. Jeff Saturday's in. They go up against Josh McDaniels. Another reminder of things that have gone wrong in Indianapolis, and there are many things that have gone wrong, and here we are.
One of the most disappointing stories of the season, and this is all so confusing. Let's start with the head coach. Where do you think things went wrong for Frank Reich?
Well, Frank was brought in to be the quarterback whisperer, which he was. He was a great quarterback as he played. I would want to be coached by Frank Reich. I think that he knows the position. And so we wanted every quarterback that came through, whoever it was, to elevate their game. And every quarterback that came through post Andrew Luck, if we go back, originally the problem is Andrew Luck prematurely retired, so we get that part. But so that we'll never get over that probably in Indianapolis. But then the future quarterbacks that came in, was their game elevated being around Frank Reich? And I think the answer was no. Therefore, the thing that we brought you in to do is not working out.
And some of those quarterbacks Frank Reich handpicked, like Carson Wentz, and I think that was the issue. Here's what this news signifies today for me, is that they think whatever's going on in that building, Frank Reich, as far as the quarterback position, had a hand in. And the fact that they named Jeff Saturday the interim coach, they didn't want anyone in that building taking over, because something is going on inside that building. They want an outside view to come in the building and take a look at what's going on. Otherwise, why wouldn't you hire Fox? Why wouldn't you hire a guy like Gus Bradley, guys that have head coaching experience, to be the interim coach? Instead, you bring in an outsider, and I get it, he's been a consultant, the Ring of Honor, all of that, but you bring in a guy that has no head coaching experience on the collegiate or NFL level and bring him inside right now. It's a tough fix. That's the only thing I can come up with.
So what are they? So they're doing it so someone come outside can give them opinions.
A different perspective.
Here's the problems. Here's the good things. Here's the bad things.
Here's what
Jeff
I
Saturday
see.
by December. Tell us what works, what doesn't work.
Here's what I see. I haven't been there every day.
Robert's like,
here's what I see.
This whole thing is a mess.
Maybe it's a different perspective.
Yeah,
what they're looking for.
Go ahead.
I think that they think that this team quit playing in recent weeks, and I think that they think that Jeff Saturday is going to come in and give them a chance to hopefully try to change the culture and instill some hope in some of these guys that's faded and try to lift up their hopes, which have been dashed.
Like Newt Rockne come in, make a speech.
Yeah,
and
that could all
guy.
happen. But I mean, if you look at Frank Reich, this relationship was over before it ever started, right? They didn't want him. He was the second choice. They wanted Josh McDaniels. Then they bring in, he's got 5 different quarterbacks in the 5 years that he's the head coach. And if I'm Jeff Saturday, I'm saying, what do I have to lose in this situation?
Nothing.
If I go in and it's a dumpster fire and we don't win any games, whatever. Everyone was expecting that. But if he goes in there, steadies the ship, they win a couple games, his coaching career is shot to the moon. So he's got nothing to lose. If they offered Booger a head coaching job, he'd probably take it too. They said, hey, you're getting us up on Up on ESPN. We need to get you up on it in Indy.
He would take it.
Listen, here's the thing. You have somebody who's an outsider coming in that building, haven't been at training camp, haven't been in team meetings every day. They fired the offensive coordinator last week. Now the head coach who was calling the plays, he's gone. Who's going to call the plays next?
I don't know who's calling the plays, but I know one thing that Jeff Saturday is going to make him do, and that's run the dang football. Okay, he got a shouting match with Peyton Manning on the sideline in Indy, talking about running the football, so he's going to make that happen.
This is all Frank Reich's fault?
No.
Of course not.
No, but
so then no one else
he's in charge, though. Frank Reich is the head coach.
I understand
and when you're the head coach and you have an offense that goes 0 on third downs in an NFL game, when you have an offense that amasses, 150 yards total offense, and you're calling the plays?
Let's take the body of work with the quarterbacks he's worked with. It's not a disaster. It's not what he wants or what they want, but is he the reason why the Colts are not going to be any good into the future?
Can I tell you this? They've brought in, at various points, Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan. They've never tried to groom a young quarterback while they had a veteran in there. And to just recap some of their past behavior, a lot of this is Jim Irsay. And if we go back and look at Jim Irsay's last couple of weeks, He called for the ouster of Dan Snyder. He benched Matt Ryan. He fired their offensive coordinator, Marcus Brady, last Monday. He fired Frank Reich today. He hired Jeff Saturday. Jim Irsay doesn't care what you think, and he's going to do what he thinks.
I'm just so grateful that finally came out, because that's where I wanted to get to. Back to Susie, because we've now covered the story. Thank you for that, Adam. I appreciate the clarity.
Later on this evening, they'll have the introductory press conference of their new interim head coach, and we'll bring that to you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.